Hi everyone, welcome to week 9. Really exciting week for us. We've got some really great matchups. Let's get straight into it. We'll go straight into the big matchup, as I know that's what you all want to talk about. That's me versus Brad. It's a big battle for Div 1. A team with a matchup with a combined 5 championship rings between us, and the obviously founding members of the 100 Club. I started well week 1. Started well this week so far with Thursday night went okay for me. I think would have preferred a slightly higher score from Breeder, but Kittle doing a great job of making up the rest of those points for me. Both of us are missing big players this week with buys. Brad's missing OBJ and I'm missing Mixon, and I could possibly be down one more with Gordon currently tagged as questionable going into Sunday. But I'm still feeling confident I can take back the lead in Div 1 here after that tragic 2-point loss first time Brad and I met, and therefore I should take back the lead in Div 1 and as a default take back the entire league. Brad is being forced to play questionable starters at the moment with I say questionable in the metaphorical, not injury sense, with Devontae Parker and Devin Funches. He's also playing Matt Ryan, who will be outdoors, and as we've previously discussed in these videos, he makes Eli look like a Hall of Fame quarterback when he's not playing in a dome. Our game to watch is going to be the Green Bay Packers at New England. Brad's currently starting Adams, who's my QB's favourite target, and the question really will be, can you steal enough points to hurt me and maybe take back the win here? Next we'll move on to Moby Tom. Mo hampered by buys this week, losing all 3 of his backup running backs. I say backups, I mean actually backups on their team as well. And another questionable running back as well. He really can't afford to have any more late injuries, as otherwise he will be struggling to field a legal lineup with his RB core. Tom is making a ballsy play at the time of recording this and leaving Marvin Jones on his bench, despite Jones picking up a 21-point week last week. And he'll be in line for even more touches now that Tate's departed. I hate to try and decide this game because it looks like it's going to be a real barn burner, but I'm going to go out and say that Mo wins here and puts pressure back on the top of Div 1. Big game to watch this week will be Chiefs in Cleveland. Tom's got Chubb there, and it'll be very interesting to see how Greg Williams wants to use him. And Mo's got King Kelsey going in that game as well. Next, we've got Ryan v. Triss. Ryan's always fucked himself by doubting talents of Big Dick Nick, and he's taking several wild punts this week as well. He's starting Dion Lewis, Hayden Hurst, who has a total of 3 catches so far this year. Really, it's a bit of a train wreck of a team at the moment. Triss should get a comfortable win here as far as I'm concerned. If Ryan wins, it's because it turns into a passing shootout in the LA New Orleans game, where he'll have both Cooper Kupp and Michael Thomas going. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch there. But like I said, still pretty confident for Triss. Tread versus Ian as our next game. At time of recording, Tread has made a move which I fucking love. That starts Fitzmagic. He also has Carson in this game, who's going to be a questionable one. Going into the game is going to be a game time decision, but he does also have Mike Williams in reserve in case that Carson can't go. He's playing Devontae Thomas, playing Thomas, who's now been traded to Texans in a revenge game against his former team. A few days after being traded, which again will make for a very interesting watch as far as I'm concerned. On the other side, Ian's got Gronk, who comes into Sunday with a questionable tag. I don't think it's going to be so much a question of whether he plays or not. I think he will. It's just going to be how limited he'll be. Will he be used more for decoy routes, or will he get a heavy workload? At this stage, I've got to go with Tread on this one. I think he bags his 3rd win of the season. Game to watch is going to be Tampa in Carolina because of that Fitzmagic, which I again really love. Finally, we have Andy v. Phil. Phil has a lot to like here. He's got Sonny Michel coming back. He's got Greg the Leg. He's got Evans with a decent QB and Baker Mayfield without Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson calling his plays. But his team lacks that completeness which Andy has. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that I don't think anyone on Andy's team is going to score fewer than 12 points, and I'm including that as kicker and his defence. So I'm tipping Andy for another big win. Make sure you guys watch the Chargers-Seattle game, as you have a combined 3 wide receivers going in that game. So here's hoping to pass every week. Cheers, guys. Best of luck.